So hello guys, you are welcome to this YouTube channel. We are still progressing with the series of items and the different ways they can be set, and the themes and constructs that are used in forming up these items. We said that item 2, we basically don't expect always a linear programming number or a number that combines inequalities and regions, a number that always combines equations of a straight line. It can be various different topics that have this item. And this time round, as we already looked at simultaneous equations, composite functions, and algebra 1 and 2. This time round, we want to still now figure out how an item, that item 2, can be made from quadratic equations. But these quadratic equations will still take us to algebra 1 and 2. So we need some algebra. And still, we shall need knowledge on how to handle equations. So let's look at this item. We are saying, in a bid to eradicate poverty, the government of Uganda embarked on giving out 100 chicks to each homestead. Kawawa received the chicks because he had already constructed a rectangular enclosure for his poultry farm, which measures 15 meters by 10 meters. After a period of 1 year, the demand for eggs increased. He wishes to double the size of the enclosure by adding exactly the same distance on either sides of the enclosure so as to accommodate 300 hens. Basing on the research, it is estimated that each hen can lay at least 1 egg per day. Task: as his friend at A, help Kawawa to come up with the new dimensions of the enclosure in order to satisfy the demand for his customers. Party B, determine the minimum number of eggs that can be collected in 3 weeks. So when you analyze that item, it has quadratic equations, it has some inequalities, algebra 1 and algebra 2, and then this is how we can handle it. Here we go. So we are looking at Kawawa. We are saying that we have the length as 15 meters and the width as 10 meters. So initially, Kawawa had that rectangular enclosure, which had an area which is bounded by a length of 15 meters and a width of 10 meters. When the demand of the customers increased, he had to increase the number of chicks. And this was what he did. He had to increase the enclosure by adding a distance on each dimension. So the distance that he's adding on should make sure that at least it yields an area which is twice the initial area. So we shall let the added distance be x. If at all the added distance is x, it means that we shall have the length as 15 plus x and the width 10 plus x. So these are the new dimensions. But what he wishes to is that the new area that is generated doubles. If at all you read the scenario again, we have this area which we have the length as 15 and the width as 10, but upon increasing each dimension by the same amount or the same distance x, we wish to form the area which is twice or which doubles the initial area that Kawawa is talking about. So the area that we are talking about initially, before adding that distance, we shall have 15 times 10. We are considering the aspect that we are using length times width. So it will be 150 meters squared. So if at all we talk of new area, when we talk of new area that Kawawa wishes to establish, it should be twice the initial area before increasing the original dimensions by an amount, x. So this time round, we shall say the new area will have the new length times the new width. So we shall have 15 plus x into 10 plus x, and this will give us twice of 150. The new area should double the original area. Once you look at these two brackets, it takes us to algebra. And algebra, when you say we are multiplying two brackets, we need to expand. So we shall have 15. This value here should multiply the whole bracket, plus this x multiplying the whole bracket, which is 10 plus x into 10 plus x. This will give us 300. So when we are multiplying the number outside the bracket, it affects both numbers inside the bracket. The number outside the bracket affects both numbers inside the bracket. If at all it was a negative x, meaning that we would have carried the negative x times 10, negative x times 10. But this time around it is a positive, meaning that we shall work with it accordingly. So it means that we have 150 plus 15x plus 10x plus x squared. Because we know that x times x, we shall get x squared is equal to the new area, which is 300. So when you look at this, these things in this equation are normally, some may be like terms or others may be unlike. So you realize that 150 is a constant, 15x has a single variable, which is x, 10x has a single variable. But when you look at x squared, it is different from x. They are not the same, so we can't add them. So it means that this and this are like terms. So when we add them, we can get 15x times 10x, which gives us 25x. So we can organize this accordingly from the highest power. X squared plus 25x plus 150 is equal to 300. The constant remains, since you can never add a constant to a number with a variable. These are different terms. They are not similar. They don't have anything in common. So we need to take the 300 this side in order to make a characterized quadratic equation. So we shall have this as x squared plus 25x plus 150 minus 300 is equal to 300 minus 300. We subtract both sides on 300 because it is a positive 300. In order to take it this side, we subtract on both sides by 300. So this cancels. We remain with x squared plus 25x plus, you realize that when you have 150 minus 300, 300 is bigger. So we expect a negative here, negative 150, which is equal to 0. So after having this is a quadratic equation, and it is in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So when you reach this point, when you have formed the quadratic equation of which we have power 2, x power 2, x power 1, and x power 0, we are not putting x here because it is x power 0. Number power 0 is a 1. So this is a standard quadratic equation, and therefore you can use any method. The method that you can try to use quadratic curves. You can sketch the curve, which I wouldn't wish a candidate to do at this point. Here I would wish you to do to use the simplest method of solving quadratic equations. One, you can use the completing squares method, you can use the quadratic formula, or you can use factorization method. One of the three are easy to deal with once you reach at this point. So let's use the easiest. The easiest is by stating the formula x is equal to negative b plus square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by twice a. So from this, you compare these two equations. When you relate what is here to what is here, the a will be a 1. When we relate what is here, the coefficient of x, you realize that the b will be 25. If at all it was negative 25, then the b will be negative 25. But this time round, it is positive 25, so b is a positive 25. C is negative 50, and we can now substitute in our formula there. So we have negative of 25 bar plus square root of 25 squared, which is the b, minus 4 times the a. The a is 1 times the c, which is negative 150. So we now have twice times a, of which a is actually a 1. So we proceed from this point. We shall have negative 25 bar plus square root of, when we have 25 squared, it becomes 625 minus 4 times. So we have a negative here and a negative here becoming a positive. So it becomes positive 600. So we divide by 2, and that's what we have for that part. And then we have our x equaling to negative 25 bar plus square root. So at this point, when we add 625 plus 625, we shall have 1225 divided by the whole thing divided by 2. The common mistake made by candidates is that when they reach this point, they instead want to write when the square root is at this point, when the divisor is only at this point. So this whole divisor should take on all. It should be the whole fraction. So once you get the square root of 1225, you'll have 35 divided by 2. So when you reach this point, we want to explicitly know how we deal with this. So you either have two options. So the first option is either x is equal to negative 25 plus 35. When you look at this point, we have plus or minus, and this arises as a result of having a square root of a number. The moment you have a square root of a number, you have two options. You either get a positive or a negative value. That's why you have two options now. Either x is equal to negative 25 plus. We are now taking this plus, divide by 2, and this will give us our x value as 10. So we shall have positive 10 divided by 2, which is a 5. Or we can have our x equaling to negative 25 minus 35. This is the point when you are taking on that negative, divided by a 2. So realize that x is equal to, so here you'll get negative 60, of which when you get negative 60 out of 2, the x will be a negative 30. So we shall have to give a conclusion basing on the value of x that we have actually got, and this will actually show us the true value of x that we need depending on our conclusion and judgment for the two values of x. So we shall say therefore, the added distance is 5 meters, since distance cannot be negative. So we are ruling out this negative 30 meters because distance cannot be negative, and we are taking on a positive value, which is 5 meters, as the added distance, since it satisfies our judgment. So another mistake made by candidates is that they don't want to put the unknown this side. You need to put the unknown this side so that at the end of it all, you know what you are getting, what you are finding. The moment you leave the formula hanging, this quadratic formula, you will not be really showing what you are getting. So from this point here, after giving a conclusion, our task is not to find this. Our task continues furthermore for us to find the new dimensions that he actually has to use in order to double the area. We have to find the new length will be 15 plus x, which is 15 plus 5. So the new length will be 20 meters. Then the new width of the enclosure will be 10 plus x, and this will be 10 plus 5, and this will give us, finally 10 plus 5 will give us 15 meters. And if at all we want to actually prove that these are the new dimensions he has to use in order to generate a new area that doubles the original area that he had in the beginning before the demand had increased, we now check by saying 20 length times width, and realize that this is giving us 300, which is actually true, that this is the actual area that he has to generate by adding on a small amount of distance, which is x on each dimension. We are now going to part B. But part B of this item, we want to know how many eggs will he generate, or how many eggs will he get at the end of the 3 weeks. So we are saying that one hen lays at least one egg per day. One hen lays at least what? One egg per day. But now he is going to increase the number of hens to 300. So he has 300 hens, which will lay at least 300 eggs per day. So that is it. Now we want to see how many days are in 3 weeks. So we shall set days in 3 weeks. Each week has 7 days. So it means that we shall say 7 days in 3 weeks, we shall have 21 days. So if we know the days in those 3 weeks that he's establishing to know the number of eggs he will have by the end of the 3 weeks, it means that we shall now see that he has 300 hens, but they will be contributing 300 eggs per day. We are saying at least, because we are looking at 300 as the minimum number of eggs produced by 300 hens in a day. So meaning that each day he expects 300 eggs from the 300 hens. So in 21 days, how many eggs will he have? So we shall have number of eggs after 3 weeks. We shall have 21 days times 300 eggs that are laid every day. So we shall have 300 eggs. And then we give a conclusion saying, therefore, Kawawa will collect 300 eggs after 21 days or after 3 weeks, and that's what we have. Thank you for watching, and for more items, you can contact me on 0744 316860 so that you can get yourself a copy of this book that has a lot of practice items right from senior 1 to senior 4, and is best for candidates and semi-candidates at all level. Competence-based curriculum. Thank you. Download the CATED app to enjoy the mathematics, to have the guides and more scenarios concerning the mathematics.